and good evening, good afternoon, wherever you happen to be in this whole world. Welcome to the Magic of Life show. I'm so glad that you're here. I am your host, Max Ryan, and I hope that you are in a place where you can really feel some real healing today, because we have an amazing guest on today, one of my good friends, who is an incredible healer, and she's a coach, and she's just an all-round, really amazing intuitive herself, actually. And so I'm going to bring her on, Jasmine, in just a little bit, but I'm so glad that you're here. I always say that I'm so glad you're here because, you know, in this crazy world that we live in, it takes focus and time and energy to build our awareness of other ways of being, of building our spirit, of actually just filling our toolbox with things that bring us, you know, joy and peace and love. And so hopefully today on the show you'll be able to take away 1, 2, maybe 3 nuggets that will help you in your life. So say yes if that sounds good. Right. So you might know me from my special appearances on Hay House Radio, or from my book, Say Yes If, 30 Days of Positive Questions to Transform Your Life, which I had right here, and I don't know where it is right now, or from all of my work on the internet. So either way, however you found me, I'm glad you're here. So I want to talk to you before we bring Jasmine on about something that's come up for me, and I believe that as a coach and as a teacher, I think that this phrase and this idea is so valuable in our whole life, in our spiritual life, in our mental life, and our physical life, in every area of our life. And it actually, one of my very good friends, Suzanne Evans, is a business coach, and she's quite famous, actually. Known her for many years. She's very good at what she does. And she wrote a book, and this, you might have heard this phrase, but since I went to a big conference with her a few weeks ago, it keeps ringing through my head over and over and over. And this phrase has really changed the way I've done some things in the last couple of weeks. And so I wanted to share it with you. It says, "The way you do anything is the way you do everything." The way you do anything is the way you do everything. Meaning that, you know, if we really want to have a life of love and flow and joy and responsibility and sticking to our goals, anything like that, you know, we've got to be aware that, you know, if we're not standing up and doing things in one area of our life when we know we kind of not should be, but we want to, say it's like organizing your office or whatever. That is actually going to, if we don't kind of organize our office, there's something about that bleeds into our relationships. We're a little messy in relationships. And it's also, you know, it's sort of like you're forsaking yourself. You know that your office needs to be organized. I'll just take this example, because you'll feel better, right? It's just so much better. So the way that you're not organizing your office is actually, in a way, the way you're not, you know, maybe organizing or tending to your relationships or your business or something like that, or especially your self-care. If you're not, you know, I'm just taking one example. So just think about this for this next week. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. It all bleeds into the next thing. So if you kind of forsake yourself and you give up on something, just know, you know what, taking the 2 minutes or the minute or whatever to answer the email that you're like, I'm not going to do that right now, or whatever it is, it pays in every area of your life. I've noticed that this last couple of weeks that I've just been like, you know what, I need to do that, because it's going to affect everything in my life. And especially it's going to affect my relationship with myself and my relationship with God, divine, whatever you call it. It's always about standing by yourself, that you can always rely on you. Okay? So remember, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. Okay? Hope that helps for you. I actually know that there are some people listening that are probably like, oh my goodness, you're so right. So good. All right. I'm so excited to bring my guest on today, because Jasmine is First of all, we've known each other for about 5 or 6 years. We went through the Inspired Spirit coaching, life coaching training together, and that's where we knew each other. And her and I immediately had a bond. We've been working together. She's been on my radio show. We actually had a radio show for a little while, which was a lot of fun. And, here's the deal with Jasmine Sampson. I respect her. There's an element of friendships and relationships that I believe is really important in life. It's like you respect the person. And Jasmine, I just respect her up one end, down the other. And she's a peak potential coach, and she also is writing a new book called Surrender to Thrive, How to Partner with the Universe to Create a Life of Happiness and Prosperity. What a great title that is. So let me just bring on Jasmine. Hey, Jasmine.
Good morning, Max. It's fantastic to be here. I'm really honored and privileged to be with you. Thank you so much for this invitation.
Oh, I'm so glad that you're here with us. And tell us a little bit. Well, first of all, where are you calling from, or where are you videoing?
It's very early on Wednesday morning here in New Zealand, and it's a beautiful summer morning, just starting to break through. But it's Wednesday morning, and I'm in Hamilton, New Zealand. So it's fantastic. I just love the technology that lets me talk with you, and it's fantastic.
I know. It's just a miracle, isn't it? Just such a miracle.
It is a miracle. It really is a miracle.
So, Jasmine, I said a little bit about your book coming up and about what you do. Can you just tell us a little bit about how you work with people and what brought you to doing the work that you do?
Sure. How do I got to do what I do? I followed my nose, Max. I evolved. Really, originally I trained as a teacher, and then in my early 20s, through a variety of difficult circumstances in my own life, I sort of plunged into my own inner journey. The sort of divine dimension's always been part of my awareness. I gave my life to God when I was 18, and it hasn't looked back, really. By the time, so I plunged into my own journey in my early 20s, and I discovered a healing gift about the same time. So by the time I was 27 or so, I was helping people to grow and to heal with what I was learning myself. And that's just continued and evolved through a whole variety of ways of delivering that over the last 30 years. Yeah, I've just grown, and you and I think, trained in about 2009 on the life coaching. But really, I work with connecting people to strengthening people's connection to their own soul, to the divine, and particularly bringing a very gentle, loving, compassionate observation to what's going on. And the process that primarily I'd probably be using today is around compassionate observation of how the body holds any situation. Our body holds all of our past, present, and future. So, and when we can come with a gentle, loving observation to the way the body might be feeling about something, it enables a healing process to unfold. And I love the way when we do that, that the body leads us forward. It always knows what the next step is. So this is one of my favorite processes, and I may combine with some tapping and stuff, but it's really about gentleness, compassion, and connecting to the power and the wisdom within, which is also the power of the divine. So that's a little bit.
I love that. And it's this idea that we don't have to actually go anywhere. We just need to remove the blocks to being here. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right, absolutely. And just touching on the core concept of my book is, just like an acorn comes pre-programmed to become an oak tree, provided certain conditions are in place. There's something in us that is in our DNA. It's our spiritual potential and purpose and possibility, which is just encoded in every aspect of our being. And when we can just surrender and let go into that and open up to the power that wants to come through us, the love that wants to come through us, the prosperity that wants to fall through us, something magical happens. So it's very exciting. As I write the book, I'm learning it at new levels myself.
So Jasmine, you mentioned that you might be doing a little tapping. But there's other kind of modalities that you use. I know the names of a couple of them. But so tapping is one of them. What are the couple of the other modalities you use to help people to remove these blocks?
One of my favorites one of my favourites is focusing, which is the process of just gentle observing. It's a title which was, or a phrase, which, excuse me, which was coined by Eugene Genlin, who did some research back in the 70s, I think, from Chicago University, around why some people made progress in therapy and others didn't, and discovered that those who did were able to tune into themselves and work with how their inner knowing, which is encoded through the body. So this focusing, this tapping, and another one which is a favourite actually comes from a Canadian, is Z Point, which is by Grant Connolly, zpointforpeace.com, I think is his website. And that's a really, they all are aspects really of ways of focusing love into our being. And I tend to do, and a guided visualization as well, plus a spot of prayer. So it's sort of it comes together in its own weave in the moment.
Yeah. And then, well, first of all, you're supposed to say Z point. You're supposed to say Z point.
That's true, I would. I was trying to talk into the North American community.
I want to hear
that. Right.
Z point. I love the Z point because you and I have worked on it together, and you made me an audio that I use. Actually, I use that Z point audio, and it's great and it's wonderful, and it's that going beyond the mind and using the mind to get beyond the mind, which I love so much, right?
Yeah, tapping into the power of the subconscious. Yeah. Yes,
it reminds me of the Z point. Well, we'll just talk about this just for a moment. It reminds me of, there's a technique in acting, because I'm a trained actor, called the Meisner technique. And the Meisner technique, what you do is you keep repeating. You go, "Hi, how are you?" And then the other person says, "You're saying hello to me." "Oh, you're saying hello to me." "Hi, how are you?" "You're saying hello to me." Your dress is blue. My dress is blue. So you're constantly like repeating each other on some level, just making observation. And what that does is you're using your mind to observe, but it starts to break down all of your defenses. And then when you use your mind to break down your defenses, your true kind of reaction comes out instead of a pre-planned, organized thing from your head. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. And the Z point sort of does that too, actually. It's really great. I love that. So, So great. So listen, one of the things about today is that I wanted you to be on the show, and you said, well, we have to give an example, right?
I did. I said, give me somebody to work with.
Yes. And of course, the reliable, awesome Penny Petty, my dear friend and great law of attraction facilitator, is here with us. Let's give Penny a round of applause.
Yay! Welcome, Penny.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
I forgot to get my my applause thing going, but
that's okay.
All right, so this is what we're going to do now, everyone watching. Jasmine, I'm going to let you just take over and talk to Penny and work through how you do this. Now, will the people at home watching, can they do this with you, or it's just specifically for Penny?
Yeah, no, they absolutely can. They absolutely can. And really, we're just going to work with how Penny's feeling in her body about something. So if you've got a situation that you'd like to feel a little better about, because once we start to feel better, it's amazing how things around us start to change. Just follow along with what I'm guiding Penny to do, really. So, Penny, hello. It's really fantastic to be working with you. Thank you for volunteering.
Oh, thank you, Jasmine. Thank you very much. I'm excited.
So am I. Okay, Penny, what are we working with today? I don't need to know the details. I don't need the story. We're just going to work with how it feels for your body. So are we working with a situation or a relationship?
A situation.
Situation. Fantastic. And for those people at home, you could work with a relationship, and you'll just again do the same process as I'm doing with Penny. All right, and just for the purposes of this, Penny, is there anyone else involved?
No.
Or just you? Just you.
Me.
That's fantastic. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to start with a little bit of relaxation and opening up to divine guidance. And I will probably close my eyes at various points, so I hope that's okay for you, because it just helps me tune into you more, or into what's happening more. So if you'd just like to sit with both feet flat on the floor and nicely balanced, and your body, that's right, a nice meditation type posture, so that you are balanced, weights evenly on both your sit bones, and you can relax and your back supported, just get comfortable. And just take a deep breath in through your nose and gently close your eyes if you want to. It helps you tune into your body. And just breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth for a couple of breaths just to relax. Also just letting the whole body relax from the top of the head down through the shoulders and the feet. And we're just imagining that you're a whiteboard, so that someone's just wiping. We're going to tune into your body, so we're just wiping away all of the other stuff. So just letting that whiteboard be wiped clean. Okay, now call to mind this situation, and if you're working at home, whatever it is you want to work with, bring it to mind. And if you're at home, you might want to just jot down for yourself, Penny, we're going to just do a body scan, and just starting with your head, give me any physical sensations that you notice as you think about this situation. It can be very faint, like it could be a pressure in the top of the head or ache behind the eyes, or it might be nothing, it might be clear. So just what do you notice in your head as you think about this situation? Feel free to keep your eyes closed if it's easier.
It's kind of funny, but I feel like at the tip of my nose feels a little bit tingly, and I also felt like it got cold, but also just above, like my collarbone area, just around to my underarm, it just feels rather tight.
Tight, okay.
Yes.
So so the tip of your nose is tingly and is a little congested or stuffed up?
No, it feels clear, but it just feels like it's cold.
Right, physically cold, I understand. Okay, and tightness around the collarbone, across the top of the chest, heart area, really. Is that right? Or is it a bit higher than the heart?
And I feel actually like it comes right from my ears down, so it's like through here.
Right.
Mostly through here.
Fantastic. Great observation. And sort of around the heart, moving down further, anything around the heart?
Not so much there, but just a little bit more, like in my, like that nervous area of my stomach feels a little twingy.
Right, so down below the waist, or more around the collarbone?
No, down below.
Sorry, the solar plexus.
Yeah, the solar plexus.
It's around the solar plexus?
Yeah.
Okay, so that feels...
It feels, it's very slight, but it's almost like a nervous sensation.
Okay.
Like if I'm nervous about something.
Yep. And anything below the waist, in the lower abdomen and the lower belly?
No.
Okay, fantastic. So we've got the tip of your nose feels tingly and cold. There's a tightness coming down from your ears right down sort of into the collarbone area. And then there's a nervous feeling in your solar plexus. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay, so we've got all three. Okay. So just feel free to stay tuned in, so close your eyes. So we're just acknowledging what's happening in the nose, what's happening around the ears and collarbone, and what's happening in the solar plexus. And now just ask your body, just ask quietly inside, which one of you most needs to be worked with right now, and take the first one you're aware of.
My shoulder, my collarbone area.
Collarbone area, fantastic. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we just acknowledge the nose and the solar plexus and ask that they would take from this time what it is that they need to progress. And putting all of your very relaxed attention around the collarbone. And does it feel like it includes the ears? You did a lovely shape down from the ears across the collarbone. It feels like both?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So just allowing space. The key thing in this, Penny, is I'm going to be asking you some just questions to dialogue with this. And if you have an answer, great. And if you don't, great. The magic is this compassionate observation, and we've already know that the divine is part of this. So imagine that this tightness, is it tightness?
Yes.
You describe tightness around the collarbone. It's like a good friend, and you're just sitting down beside it to observe and listen. And if you were going to draw this tightness in the chest, tightness around the collarbone, what would you draw? What shape and what color?
Round and blue.
Round and blue. Okay. And is it a deep shade of blue? What sort of shade of blue?
Water, like a blue water.
Blue water. Okay. And so just relax. You've got all the time in the world, and you're doing just great. So is there a texture to this round blue tightness around the collarbone?
Not a texture, no.
No. So it's kind of flat?
Yeah, I don't feel anything.
That's fine. That's fine. Just your observation is great. And is there any emotional quality around this round blue?
Are you asking whether I feel some emotion right now?
Yeah, or if you were sort of observing this round blue tightness, is there any sense of emotion coming off it? Or you could ask it, what are you feeling? What's going on for you?
Well, I can feel tears. It's like I want to cry right now.
Okay. So there's some sort of tearful quality. Okay. So just if you cry, that's fine, and if you don't, that's fine. So you're just allowing space. So this round blue tightness is communicating with you in some way, even though it's beyond words. And just allowing all the space that it needs. So it's like you create this safe inner circle where this blue tightness can take what it needs. Just breathe and allow whatever's coming up to be fine, and whatever it might want to communicate with you. So just breathe and relax and allow space. It's all okay. And just ask this part of you, what is it that you need? And just allow an answer to form. And it might not tell you, and that's fine too.
Do I share that?
That'd be great if something comes to you. Yes, please.
Just the words, I want to be free.
I want to be free. Okay. And even though you might have no idea about how freedom could happen, or this part of you might have no idea, we just draw upon all the resources of the universe to bring what this part of you needs. And if it got freedom, how would this part of you feel?
Loose.
Loose?
Yeah, like yeah.
Or loose, like relaxed?
Relaxed, yeah.
Yeah.
Flexible.
Okay. Flexible. And what colour would freedom be? First colour you think of or see?
Pink.
Pink. Okay. So just relax and breathe in pink. Imagine that pink is flowing to you and to this round blue tightness, bringing all of the healing, all of the resolution that this part needs, that this situation needs. Enabling your whole body to relax and be flexible. Just let yourself breathe and receive. allowing love to flow in whatever way that love is going to come to this part of you, to this situation. Letting it be, letting yourself be. And what's happening to the blue as you let yourself breathe in pink, Penny? Is there any change at all?
Oh, I actually forgot about the blue.
That's fantastic. It tends to happen.
Yeah.
So just keep breathing in the pink and let the pink flow. How's the rest of your body feeling?
I actually got a sensation of warmth. I feel very warm, like not hot, but like relaxing warm.
The relaxing warm, fantastic.
Yeah.
And how's the collarbone area feeling?
Actually, it does feel better. It feels like it's shifted to like more, maybe I never noticed it in the neck before,
Okay.
but it seems like it's shifted to more of the back here in the neck part.
Okay. So just allowing your awareness to go to the neck and ask it what it needs.
The only thing is the word white is coming to me, and I don't know what that means.
The word white?
White, yeah.
The color white? Okay.
Yeah, the color white.
So just allow the white light to flow to the neck as we trust the wisdom of the universe to bring you exactly what you need for this process right now. And Penny, you just keep breathing in the white and the pink. And those of you who are watching at home, just trust whatever comes to you, however random it may seem, and use colour. Again, trust the first colour that you think of or see as being the one that you need as a way of bringing the healing that you're opening up to in this process. And Penny, you might like to finish, and those at home may like to finish as well, with just putting your awareness on the crown of your head and imagining that you're opening up to a rainbow of light flowing through you that will bring the healing that is needed for each part of you. We're such complex beings, and yet light is a fantastic vehicle for divine love. So if that feels good to you, imagine a rainbow or white, which carries all colours, just flowing through you and over you and into all of the situations and all of the relationships in your life. Imagine yourself being blessed and being a blessing, being a vehicle and a vessel for divine love flowing first to you, first to fill you up, first to bring your own blessing and healing and transformation. And then imagine that spiraling out around you into all of the situations, into all of your world, everything that you touch and that is touched by your presence, your energy, your intention. As we bless you, Penny, and we bless Max, and we bless all those listening at any time watching this Hangout show. And we say thank you to ourselves and to the love that is in us and that is bigger than us. Opening up to more. And saying thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So Penny, thank your body, and how are you feeling?
I feel good. My mascara's running.
Isn't it a pain being a woman?
Oh, I feel so different, really. I feel, I don't even know how to, it's almost like things were just like washed away, actually.
Fantastic.
That makes sense. Thank you.
It does, it does. It is a pleasure. So thinking about the situation the situation you're working with, that you feel different about that?
Yeah. Oh, yes, I do. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you for being willing to play.
Thank
Bless you.
Wow.
Okay.
That was beautiful. I had some revelations myself. I was going along with you, and I had some revelations, and I just, Jasmine, you have such a gentle way about bringing us, right, Penny? It was so gentle, right?
Thank you.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was totally beautiful. It felt very safe to be able to feel what I needed to feel. It was very safe for me to do that. So, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Jasmine, so let's just we'll follow up here and let everyone know how to get in touch with you. But just real quickly,
Sure.
so now that we did this, we did it ourselves, and then Penny did this. So now what happens about the situation?
What happens? What happens?
Of course, I know, but I want you to know. I want you to tell me.
We have changed ourselves. We have changed ourselves in some subtle way, and therefore we've freed up some of the energy that's inside us. We've released some pain, whatever it is that each of us has done. But as we soften inside, it enables the situation around us, whether it's other people or events, to subtly change. Sometimes it's really dramatic. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you think, my goodness, this is no longer an issue. I see this person or I deal with this situation and it's just not a problem anymore. Sometimes it's a very small change, and I don't know if you can see my hands, and it's a situation of two cars exactly parallel and you make a very slight change, but over time there's a very big difference. It sets a new direction. All sorts of things happen. I love working with the body. That was pretty much focusing straight through for that process that I talked about. Mm-hmm. The body has a wisdom. The body is tuned into our unconscious knowing to the big picture, and it always knows what to do next. So it is the next path. And even as a daily practice, as part of a meditation time, just taking a minute or two just to tune into how's the body feeling today? What am I noticing? And just inviting love in is a fantastic practice to add alongside anything else that people might be doing. I've been doing a lot of work recently with my gut brain, my belly brain. They're actual brain cells. They've identified there's a brain in the gut the size of a cat brain. There's a brain in the heart, as well as our head brain. And just as I work with my gut brain, just releasing the emotions that are stored there over a lifetime, many lifetimes. I'm losing some weight, Max. It's fantastic.
Awesome.
Without exercise, without diet change, I'm losing some fat cells, and it's wonderful.
Because you're releasing the cause of it all. And so
I'm releasing the cause of it all.
Yeah,
we're working with the unconscious mind, with the energy field around us, and it creates change. Big change, little change, it's all change.
And of course, the miracles, I would say, we change our perception, so we have a miracle. So you get a miracle.
Exactly. You get a miracle. Yeah, exactly that.
We love miracles. We love miracles.
We do. Yes, absolutely.
Great. Well, it's just so beautiful, this work, and I think that everyone listening, and even listening on the replay, they can do it along with you. And this idea of being gentle with ourselves and asking our body what it needs. To me, I have to say, it's a great reminder. I don't do that enough. I definitely don't do that enough. I usually tell the body what it needs.
Me too. Yeah, I have to keep reminding myself. I think the other key thing about this, Max, was that I didn't need to know any of the details. I didn't need to know any of the story. And getting out of us, and when I've got lots of story which really needs to be out, I use tapping. I use tapping just to rave.
Right.
And then I can come to that gentle place. But it's just being able to say, never mind what I think's happening, this is how my body's feeling about it. And sometimes we're in a peaceful place. Penny, thank you so much for being in the place where we could go there straight away. But that's another key thing, getting out of our story and honouring our story, how it feels, but then just bringing love. You are the,
Awesome. I know that you you need to get going and start your day over in New Zealand. So please, please, please let everyone know how to get in contact with you if they're, and then also to find out about your upcoming book.
Absolutely fantastic. Yes, www.jasminesampson.com. I think it's down on the bottom of the screen. Is that right, Max?
Yes,
People
it
can
is.
See that.
Yep.
So there's a contact me form on that website. Please do be in touch. If I can help you at all, I'd be delighted. And I am also, drop me an email. I'm looking for people. I'm writing this book together with my readers, Max. So very shortly I'll be sending out to my list an email saying, would you like to help me write my book? And the situation will be that it will be, I'll write a chapter, send it to people who've opted in, and you can give me feedback, use it, say, I don't understand this, what about the other, this isn't working, that is working. Just get that feedback so that I can create the best book possible for the people who want to read my book.
Wow.
So I will be delighted to have anybody who would like to join me on that journey. And yes, you can do all that. Just drop me an email through jasminesampson.com, and I'll be delighted to hear from anybody. Thank you so much in advance, and thank you, Penny, for being a fantastic person to work with today. And Max, that's just lovely. I respect you also. You know, we've got to know each other a lot in 5 years, and it's wonderful working with you always. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I love it. I love that idea about the book. And Penny, thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you very much, Jasmine. Thank you so much. I know there's been a big change. I can feel it. I know it. So thank you. Thank you, Max.
I love it.
Fantastic.
All right, everyone. Ladies, thank you so much. And everyone, please, if you want to know any more about Jasmine, go to Jasmine's website. And then Penny, go to hangoutwithpenny.com. And then if any more that you would like to know about me, go to attractpositiveresults.com, and you can get 5 free law of attraction videos. And there's lots of stuff there that is a free resource for you to help to move in your life from fear to love, from craziness to peace. So it's all about that. Next week, please tune in because I have another special guest, a woman named Denniker Winston, who we're going to talk about many forms of love. It's she's a smart woman. We're going to talk about polyamory and some other interesting things to open our minds about relationships and about love. So I pray that you have, love will guide you this week, and remember, unthinkably good things can and do happen. I'll see you next week. Bye, everyone. Bye, Jasmine. Bye, Penny.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.